Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 house building video. Today we are doing the Impossible Micro Home Challenge, which I first saw Kayla doing this, also known as Little Simsy. She was challenged by Sim Guru Frost basically to make a 32 tile home that can house 3 Sims that is under 12,000 simoleons, and you can't use move objects. So that's what we're doing today. Yesterday, I did do a 32 tile home, and it did house 3 Sims. I did say it could have toddlers, but I also kind of forgot the fact that you need a bathtub for toddlers, so we addressed that. And this one, that's right, this one with no move objects can have toddlers in it. Pretty cool. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, so I thought I would go back, and my thought process on this was, diagonal tiles are bigger than non-diagonal tiles, technically, but the number is still 32. So that's where I was going with this. And I feel like it is actually true. Like, I mean, mathematically, it makes sense that diagonals are longer than, right angles. So in my head, I was like, that makes sense. This will be technically bigger, but still 32 tiles, right? And it was. And I think it turned out really well. I spent ages here still playing with the floor plan and the layout. And also we got the budget of 12,000 simoleons, which in the end ends up being 13,500 including, because the lot value is 1,500, but that's not included in it. So the house in total with the lot is 13,500. And occasionally my money sort of like messes around because I keep jumping into live mode and then coming back into build mode and selling an item. And then it's not worth the same anymore, so I actually end up spending less. Anyway, I had to keep reloading the lot without a sim on it so I could get the proper value back. Yeah, so there's a lot of playing around here at the beginning, figuring everything out, because I wanted a full-size bathroom. I know the 1x1 bathroom that we did last time, I think that's really, really cool. The fact that that even works is really awesome. But number one, we can't do that in this because that requires move objects. Number two, a lot of you guys are like, it's cool, but I kind of want an actual bathroom. So that's what I wanted to do in this one, is give us an actual bathroom. Number one, because we just can't do it without move objects. We can't do the other one. And then also I wanted to get the bathtub in here. So then you have the option of having a toddler here as well. So that's what I'm playing around with. And you see I'm just moving stuff around, trying to figure stuff out, which TV I'm going to use. And man, these the tiny living TVs are expensive. Like, that's the other thing. It's like with the budget in this one, it definitely adds the challenge on top of this. And then without move objects is also fairly interesting. This is also where I realized, because I totally forgot about a dining table. I was like, man, I've got so much room left. There's just so much space in here. Then I was like, oh yeah, we need a dining table. And I could have gone with the dining table with the 2 chairs, but I was like, you know what? I feel like if there's going to be 3 Sims, I should try and get 3 dining chairs in here. So that's what we're going to try and do. Just, again, a lot of rearranging. Also, the shape of this house is just super weird. Like, because it is diagonal and I'm sort of shifting rooms around, we end up with such odd shapes of the build. Also trying to minimize the number of tiles I have to use. Like, for example, in the bathroom, you only really need 1 tile to stand in a bathroom. So that's why I'm adjusting where everything is. Then I can cut out that corner behind the sink and everything still works just like that. So that is quite good. So that means the bathroom only needs 5 tiles, instead of 6 to really work well with a bathtub. We could have made it smaller if we used a shower, but that in the end worked out just fine. And then I'm just trying to figure out where I could get a little bit more space in, because I need to get a little bit more room for the Murphy bed to get another dining chair in here, or I guess technically a bar stool. And then I also was like, well, we need a dresser as well. And then here's where I was figuring out the TV. I was like, I still think the wall-mounted TV was a good option. So I ended up going with that anyway. I was like, I need a desk. And then I ended up putting the desk in the other bedroom over here. So the bed is next to the little office desk here. I actually flipped the bed around the other way. I think the bed might actually still work like that, but I wasn't convinced. So I just flipped the bed the other way, and it definitely works like that. Not great feng shui to have a bed facing away from a door, but if it works, it works. Yeah, so without move objects, it was interesting, but I think it went okay. It went okay. There's obviously a lot of rearrangement of stuff to get it all to fit, a lot of holding down Alt to get stuff in a nice space. I know a lot of people always ask us, how do I move objects so smoothly? You have to be using Sims 3 camera mode in the options of the game. Then you just hold down the Alt key while you're placing an object, and then it sort of goes smooth. I believe if you're using Sims 4 camera mode, that doesn't work. I mean, no, maybe that's smooth rotation. I don't know, it's one of them. Anyway, it's something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, so I was gonna do a flat roof. And that's fine. I knew it would add tiles, but I was just gonna remove the floor. Like I wanted the half wall to go all the way around and not have a floor there. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll click remove floor. But apparently if you remove floor, it also removes the ceiling of a room, even though it's still technically there. So I had to do half walls completed by a roof. So we got this like sort of interesting roof on the house, and then I don't know. And then I'm trying to get windows in here, and then this is kind of where I realized that the budget is getting low. Like we're not really done. We haven't really decorated. We've basically just got functionality at this point and not a huge amount of decoration. So that's what I'm trying to get on now. And it's also, I think, around this point where I may have realized that because I'd bought and resold objects and entered live mode, I had lost money that I shouldn't have. So that I actually had less money than I should have. Anyway, so it's a whole thing. So this is where I'm trying to make it look good and trying to make it sort of function. These little windows from, what is that, from Get Famous, actually really useful for this build. Really good for tiny builds, actually, because I can't really fit a lot of the big windows in here. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. We had those two nice large windows there for the living space. I would have added curtains, but it kind of ran out of money. It got to the point of the house where I was sort of doing the outside and, you know, painting the walls on the outside and finishing the exterior. And I was like, well, I want a little bit of money for landscaping because otherwise it's kind of sad. So, so then I kind of left a few things, like there's no curtains or anything like that. Although I don't normally put curtains in builds anyway. And I even think in a build like this, the curtains would probably take up too much space. So that's the thing. And then I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to put windows elsewhere. The interesting thing is, at some point in the game, they started making doors and windows really cheap. So there's like, there's from a certain point, I think it's from like seasons or something. Seasons forward, things are so cheap. But then there's all these other windows that are so expensive and other doors that are so expensive. It's really interesting. I don't know why that decision was made, but it is interesting. So we've got that little dresser by the door. We've got the TV there next to the bedroom, or next to the bathroom, sorry, in the kitchen. And there was actually a suggestion in the last build that we did yesterday that was like, why is everyone using sinks in the kitchen? Why don't you just use a dishwasher? Because that goes in the counter, leaves the counter space free, then you don't need a sink there. And then you can have a sink in the bathroom as well. So we got a sink in the bathroom, dishwasher in the kitchen, and that way it means that we still have the counter space. The kitchen only takes up 3 tiles. Really smart. So I went with that as well. I was like, that's great. And here I'm just trying to get a few little decorations inside because it is kind of bland. Like, yeah, we've got items and all that, but it's kind of lame. So we've got the rug in there, size that up, and then just doing the bedroom. The bedroom doesn't really have much going for it. I was really trying to save money. And at this point, it's just making sure everything works. As you can see here, when the bed is down, they can't get around to the dining table, which I wanted to make sure that they could. And actually like sort of get round to the bed. So the bed can be down and you can still use the entire build and it should work fine. And then when the bed is up, obviously you can still use it too. So the bed doesn't really inhibit anything. It just obviously takes up more space, which is good. So it means the whole build is usable, bed down, bed up. You don't have to do any weird jank stuff. Like in the last build we did, and to be fair, that was in a little trailer. Like the confines were much more, I feel. So that's why you sort of had to put the bed up, walk into a crack, and then put the bed down to get to one side of it. But you know, that was a quirk of that build. It was a great build. Just one of the many little quirks of it, you know? And then this is where I'm like, okay, I got like no money to decorate the outside. Let's try to use terrain paints using this sort of stone as like, I don't know, a porch lining. I don't know. Look, I think it looks nice. And then it was just, you know, obviously we have a bin. I did not forget a bin. We got an outdoor bin. We got an indoor bin. We got it all. Really, really wanted to do roof trim or like trim around because you see where like the white floor tile is above the columns. Oh, I can't see it now, but around the other side. That really annoyed me, but that's for some reason one thing in build mode that costs money. The half wall trims cost $0. Roof costs $0. Floor trims cost money, and I couldn't afford to put that in, unfortunately. So I was just finding a balance of plants here, but we'll jump into gameplay in just a second and we can see it all sort of functioning there. So you can see how it all works together, all micro, all beautiful. All right, so we're in the game. My cell sim currently has a moodlet, which means we can't actually use the bed right now because he was squished in it before. But that's okay, we'll test the other stuff first. So yeah, this is the build. I think it came out pretty nicely in the end. Got the little door off to this side. Got the single bedroom over there. I feel like you've seen it all before, but just to make sure it all works, let's go test everything out. So we'll just make sure that the sink works. That's good. I didn't know why I used the sink before the toilet. I feel like we could have done that the other way around. Yeah, he's going to it. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I think we actually need to flip the bathtub the other way. That should work. I think. Otherwise, we have a problem. No, we're good. Okay. We just have to flip it the other way. It's fine. I know. I always forget. 100% of the time, I always forget which way the bathtub has to face for it to work. And I'm always thinking the tap has to be there on like next to the item, but it's the other way around. Anyway, that works fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. He can now sleep in a bed as well. But yeah, so if we go, I guess change outfit. Let's change into our pajamas. There we go. Let's put the bed. Well, let's sit on the bed. Make sure it works. And let's go like watch a bit of TV, you know. I feel like this is all going to work. I should probably test that bin as well because it's kind of tucked under there. That looks good to me. Let's go sleep. Put bed down. There you go. Hey, yeah. And then I assume we can still, wait, let's just test this again. I assume this works still now, right? Yep, very nice. Can we go in here? Well, let's see. Can we sleep on this side of the bed? Okay, interestingly, he goes to that side of the bed. Is that a problem that we have? Or can we not go on this side? I want him to sleep here. Here. Okay, that's interesting. Can he not get there? Or is that... Let me just move this out of the way. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so that might have been slightly in the way. All right, stop doing that. No, get out of the bed. And this is why we play test. Uh-oh. No, stop. Why does this happen every time? Literally every time I try to use this damn bed, it always crushes me. All right, this better not kill me. Put the bed down. I don't have time to be killed right now. Okay, sleep. Wait, what? Now the chairs? No, here, on this side. How did I make it? Wait, I made it worse? I can't get over here now? Okay. Okay, we can get back to the chair. That's fine. Can we get on this side now? Because that's really the issue here. He really does not like this being here, which is really unfortunate. Oh, also, I moved that into the wall. I moved this into the wall a little bit, hoping that it would work. As you can see, it's just covering everything up. I think the bed still works here. Let's just test that again. This really does not like playing nice in that spot. Which is really unfortunate because it fits so well there. This challenge just became real. What if I shove it into the wall more? Not using move objects, but it is pushed back a bit further. No. Come over here. Okay, so take two. There have been some changes, as you may have noticed. So basically what I had to do, it took me a while to figure it out. So now this is all functional. I have tested everything in this build. It all works, including this side of the bed. So I changed this out for a little side table instead, and now this acts as our bookcase instead of the TV unit as before. A few little decorations on it, nothing too special. Around this side, we have the other dresser. I decided to use the bigger one just because it looked a little bit nicer. It filled that space better. So that's the bigger dresser there. You know what? Do I want a different color on that? I feel like the white's kind of boring. Maybe that, no, we got that sort of reddish bed. Maybe we could just do, maybe that. Kind of nice. The wood tone doesn't match though. Maybe that. Sure, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so we got this now. That's the TV, that's the dresser. So that's changed. The bin is there. This all still works. The bin works, the stove works, dishwasher works. As you can see, it's actually running. I cooked a whole meal. Bathroom all works, which is great. And I had money left over in the budget thanks to that stupidly expensive TV to do some more things now. So what I ended up doing was adding some decorations in here. We got a calendar. It's pretty exciting. And we have an elephant. Also exciting. And then I actually had money to put the trim around the roof, which I was upset about before. So that is in. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do some outdoor stuff. I did like a fence. I mean, I guess if you wanted to spend more money on other stuff, you could just get rid of the fence, but I thought it looked kind of nice. It was a nice little addition. Added some more stuff around the back and then just like a little, couple of seats and a table. And that hedge as well, because I also at the back of this looked a little strange. So putting a hedge in there made it look much, much nicer. But that is now the micro family starter. And just to prove that it actually does work, because I feel like I need to, let's just go here. So that's our bookcase, as I said now, so that's good. We can go sleep on this side. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Get up. And we'll go sit in this chair to make sure you can get through that side. Please don't tell me it's broken. No, it hasn't. Good. And then you can sleep over here as well. That's all good. And I believe I tested all this, but just to triple, quadruple check. Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay. And then also play some games. Play some Blick Block. There you go. Great. The build all works. There it is. Under $12,000. In total, this lot is $13,490. So the lot and everything on it is actually $11,990. Then plus the $1,500 land fee, it costs that much. So yeah, if we go to build mode, I think we should be able to see that. Oh, it's changed because, yeah, whenever you move a sim in, it changes. It's 13,490. It's gone down a bit. So that's how much it costs. And that's it. 3 sims. You could have a toddler. I was going to do what Kayla did as well by having, we could get a cat in here, but again, like she had to do, we'd probably have to put the litter box outside somewhere. I was like, well, she already did that, so let's just not. But yeah, that's the build. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. This will be up in the gallery for you guys to download if you're interested. So check that out. I'll put the link in the description down below when it's available. But until then, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time and have an awesome day.